Well, hi there. Oh, Colin Lamb here. I hope you're doing very well wherever it is that you may happen to be. Cheers to you and cheers to me. Now, join me on a walk through this beautiful horse paddocks, and let's have a discussion about the music of Hank Williams Jr. I think that this is an appropriate setting. And the question that I pose in the title of this video is it country music or great music? And before we get into why I would even ask that admittedly stupid fucking question, I thought that I would give the background as to why I thought it was a good question to ask. Now, years ago, I was at a nightclub at a friend's birthday party, and it was a kind of an underground hip-hop show, and I was out of my element because admittedly I don't really listen to hip-hop music. And an associate of mine, I don't know if we're friends, maybe we are, maybe we're not, but it doesn't matter. You know, a guy who maybe had some assumptions on me based on some perhaps less than intelligent impressions that I'd made on him, saw that I wasn't quite feeling the environment and came up to me and asked me, you know, why I wasn't into hip-hop music. And, you know, there was a bit of a connotation to that. It was a bit of a loaded question, but without thinking, I just said, look, are you into country music? And he said, no. And I said, is it all bad? And he said, he just didn't like it. Then I asked him if he was into world music and soft jazz, and he said no. And I said, well, is that all bad? And he was kind of perplexed. And I said, look, like, maybe there's great hip-hop music that I haven't listened to, but my stock answer is usually that I just haven't connected to it. I haven't felt it. And something that I've often said on the channel is that, you know, if you don't like music, maybe that doesn't mean it's bad. It probably just means that it's not for you. And more importantly, maybe you just haven't been in a situation where that music is connected to you, because that's what great music is all about. It's about connection. And to me, like, the music that I love the most, I can clearly picture. Let's just open this gate up here. I can clearly picture a moment or a time in my life where that music hit me and I connected to it, and maybe an era of my life where I enjoyed it. So I think just dismissing a genre of music is a bit lazy. It's a bit ignorant. You know, I've had other conversations about not liking hip-hop music. People have some kind of a racial element to it, but I don't think I think that's lazy. I think it's unnuanced, and I don't think it explains anything. If anything, if somebody said that they're not into something that I really enjoy, I would give them a few suggestions and say, why don't you check out this, this, and this? And really what you're doing there is you're kind of opening your soul to somebody, because you're saying, you know, this is something that really grabs me. And maybe if you can relate to that person, maybe you can find something in there. And, you know, I'm 40 years old this year. Definitely getting older, but I have a 2-year-old son, and I want to live until he's 40. So that was going to put me around almost 80. Let's see what Archie's up to here. Hey, Archie boy, the flies are getting after you, aren't they? Archie, say hi to YouTube, buddy. You're a good boy. Archie's a little junior horse. He's got a little bit of a bite in him, so you got to watch out around this guy. But anyways, that's just my take on genre, and I don't think we should ever dismiss a genre, but sometimes it could be environmental. Now Archie's flies are getting into my goddamn eyes. But sometimes it might be environmental. Sometimes the experience of new music could be environmental. Now, clearly, as I'm being fucking attacked by horses that were just feasting on poor Archie's eye juice over there, I found myself in a new environment that I haven't been in for some time. I kind of grew up in rural Ontario, small town Ontario, and now I'm living in South Australia here on a farm in the country. And I was driving home from work one day from a really remote job that kind of requires driving down dirt roads for about 2 hours. Archie wants another pat here. Required me to drive down dirt roads for quite a while, and for some reason I was like, let's check out some country. And as a frame of reference, hey buddy, you want another pat? As a frame of reference, I did know through Willie Nelson and whatnot that I am into the outlaw countries, the 70s countries, and stuff like Johnny Cash. I gotta get away from Archie. He's got a lot of flies on him, and these goddamn flies will just follow you everywhere you goddamn go. But I thought I would check out an outlaw country playlist, and I was exposed to a couple of artists that really just fucking grabbed me, but most of all it was Hank Williams Jr. And there's a couple of tracks of his. OD'd in Denver got me, because that's just such an interesting song that I want to do a whole video on it. So we'll just discard that idea for now. The second song that got me was Family Tradition. And the third song was Hey Weatherman, I Need a Change. Always close the gate, mate. And then another song that got me was Hellbent and Whiskey Bound, and there's a number of tracks too numerous to mention. He's got some cheesier stuff, but those songs that A Tear in My Beer, which is a duet with his deceased father, I mean, like, how fucking perfect is that? A guy who never really knew his father because of how young he was when he died, getting to kind of do that through the magic of technology, which even at the time wasn't what it is now, but it's just a great song. But I'm listening to tracks like that, and the themes of those songs, it's universal. A lot of them are just 3-4 chords. And to that end, I say it's just great fucking music. I'll answer the goddamn question after my rambling here, which I like to do on the channel. This is a mother and daughter. Babita, Zaida, come here, girls. These two are mother and daughter. The mother, the darker horse, is, I think she's almost 30 years old. And they were recently reunited. Very happy. And I think Zaida's got a baby and said, come on over here, Babita. Come here. She'll come and say hi, maybe. I'm supposed to be trimming this hedge back off, but every time I go between there to trim, the horses come over with their curious nature, and they just have to have their say, and they'll take your hat. I did lose a hat in there. But anyways, it's just great fucking music. And to that end, I would say, going back to my original point about hip-hop music, maybe there will be a time when I hear hip-hop in the right context, in the right frame of mind, maybe in the right environment, and that music just fucking grabs me and I'm all in. Or maybe, getting back to one of my original points, my son, who's going to be 18 and I'll be almost 60, for God's sakes, maybe he'll show me some music and I'll see the joy that he has reflected back to me, and I can experience it through his lens. And that's the fucking great thing about music. It doesn't matter how old you are. It really doesn't. If you're open to finding new things, if you are open to experiences in your life, you can enjoy and find new and great music wherever the fuck you are. I'll go on to talk about some more of the country artists here that I've kind of gotten into. Waylon Jennings is fantastic. I mean, a hard-living guy with the songs. Like, one of his songs, Lukenbach, Texas, is just a beautiful fucking song. An opening line. There are two things in life that make it worth living: our guitars tuned good and firm feeling women. That's just a fucking way to open a song. And it's a sentimental song, actually, that opens kind of unsentimentally. It's very interesting. The next artist that kind of got me, besides Hank and wailing, would be David Alan Coe, who is a fucking character and a half. If you don't know anything about David Alan Coe, there's a Reddit post, which I'm going to share at the bottom of this video here, that I think tells you everything and not enough that you need to know about David Alan Coe. But he's got some songs like Long Hair, or I think it's Long-Haired Redneck or Long-Haired Hippie or something like that. It's a fucking fantastic song, and there's a middle eight where he just goes onto a G chord and strums a part that I find to be absolutely fantastic. But I'm getting into country music. Is it happening on a more modern scale? Like, I've tried to get into some of the modern stuff, and so far one of the only real modern artists that's really hit me is Sturgill Simpson, because again, I think he's just fucking great. It doesn't matter that he's playing country. The songs are great. His musicianship is bloody fantastic. In fact, there's a live concert, which I'll also link to at the bottom of this video, and that thing comes in and kicks off and just goes straight to fucking outer space on a guitar level and a band level, and it's like Jimi Hendrix, Waylon Jennings, and something else, which would probably be Sturgill himself. Boy, that's his own cosmic stew that he's serving up. But man, life is too short to close yourself off to music. If you're open to it, it will get to you. You don't need to force it. Like, I'm not gonna just go and pull up a bunch of NWA playlists. Maybe I should. Maybe that's how I could get into it. I don't know. But you know what? Great music is out there if you're looking for it, and it will come to you if you're patient and open-minded. Anyways, cheers to you. Cheers to me. Thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed any of it, go check out the other stuff on my channel. I'm trying to do more videos like this because I've kind of gotten bored of doing reaction videos. And yeah, anyways, take very good care of yourself. Bye-bye.